All right, you've probably heard of Adderall. It's a drug that could become the next opioid crisis in this country if we're not careful. A new report revealing the Drug Enforcement Administration pressing ADHD drug makers about aggressive marketing practices and rising demand. The Wall Street Journal reporting over the summer, the agency questioned whether the surge in Adderall prescriptions we're seeing in this country reflect a legitimate need or just marketing pressure, or maybe something else. The DEA currently investigating prescribing practices of telehealth firms, where you can just jump online and get prescribed something. One's called Cerebrol and another one's called Done Global, that have been known to push this highly addictive, heavily abused drug to kids on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, with ads promising a quick ADHD diagnosis. But in reality, this isn't about ADHD. Kids are taking this. It's a party drug. Since COVID, when online prescribers like Done Global popped up, Adderall prescriptions have skyrocketed in this country. From 2021 through October 2022, prescriptions rose by more than 10% a year. After growing at only 5% annually 3 years prior, it was already way too high at 5%. Instead of going to a psychiatrist, before COVID, you can just now get on a Zoom call and get a prescription and just lie to a doctor that's on Zoom and couldn't care less. And because of that convenience, we saw widespread Adderall shortages last year as drug makers struggled to meet their demand, because now everybody's prescribed Adderall. Most of them probably don't need it at all. Probably nobody needs this drug, to be honest. The DEA, which caps the production of ADHD drug ingredients, vowed it would not increase in the production of those ingredients this year. Derek Maltz is a former director of special operations at the DEA, and he joins us tonight. It's good to have you on, sir. I mean, this drug, I see this drug everywhere. It's almost never used from people that I've seen be used for ADHD. It's a party drug. It's basically pharmaceutical grade cocaine.
How you doing, Rob? Thanks for having me tonight. Let's go back to May of this year. Ohio State University, a neuroscience major and her friend, actually two girls.
Yeah.
They were rushed to the hospital. They were poisoned by fake Adderall. Right. And unfortunately, the criminal networks are taking advantage of this to maximize the profits. So we have a really tainted illicit drug supply. Now, when we have the DEA, and I applaud their efforts, they're trying to scrutinize the marketing practices because they don't want all these kids to get addicted. When the kids get addicted, they're going to want more. They're going to go buy more. They're going to go online. They're going to go order something on Snapchat or TikTok or Instagram, and they're going to wind up dying because there's so many, like millions and millions of fake pills now are available because the cartels are putting poisonous fentanyl and methamphetamine in these pills. So kids are going to continue to die, especially if people are allowing them to get access to these Adderall pills.
It's I totally get the side of it with the fake drug because the demand is so high and there's not enough of it out there. That's a huge part of the story. But even for the real drug, I can't believe that kids are prescribed this drug at all. I mean, let's say you have attention deficit. Oh, I can't focus, this, that, and the other thing. They're giving kids a drug that comes with a massive endorphin rush. I mean, it's a fantastic feeling. People take this when they party, when they go out, because it feels so good. I mean, it's like meth or like cocaine. And we're giving this to little kids so that they can focus. And yeah, a byproduct of it might be that they focus better. But in reality, you're hooking kids on a feeling at a very young age. I just think this drug is so dangerous. It's always boggled my mind that this thing was ever even allowed in the first place.
Right. It's very addictive, very cheap to make, Rob. And there's an illicit market now. You look in like a few months ago, September of last year, the DEA up in Rhode Island, they seized the largest ever meth production lab they were making fake Adderall pills. They seized 650,000 of these pills that were going to go hit the streets in New England. And it was a couple of brothers. They organized this whole operation. Or actually, this was one guy. Then they had another case in October of 22, 23 individuals arrested because they're taking advantage of all these kids that want these pills. Yeah. And so they're making this stuff. It's not real. So it's really like the perfect storm of a problem for our country, because we look at the opioid problem. You had 100 billion pills dumped into America over a 9-year period. There was no scrutiny on the manufacturers and the distributors for 9 years, right? And now you have this Adderall craze, and you have oxycodone, hydrocodone craze.
Yeah.
But the cartels are going to continue to take advantage. And unfortunately, the 300 calls a day, 9,000 a month, they're dying. So.
Yeah, it's unreal. The FDA is a joke. I think we can all agree with that. They're owned by the pharma companies. It's pretty clear, and it's horrifying what you can get legalized in this country and what you can get just calling up some idiot doctor on the internet and just saying, "Oh, I can't focus," and boom, you've got what I think is a highly addictive, very dangerous drug, especially for little kids. It's unreal. Thank you so much, Derek, for coming on. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, Adam Schiff worked to get certain journalists banned.